Okay, sorry. I'm being commissioned by my toddler for a milk run. But where we are in the game is by no means easy mode. In fact, we're playing on normal campaign difficulty, and it shows. This is a game that it has a really compelling mix of nicely simplified mechanics to wit your crew, your ships, repairing damage, refitting your fleet. All of these use the same supply points, and those are supplies. They're available from most places, and they're used for most everything. And it's a simple way of looking at logistics, but it also makes that a very valid concern. You can see going into battle is costing me upwards of 100 supply predicted to recover my fleet from the expense of deploying. All those fighters we're launching, all the missiles we'll be sending down range, all of the heavy mass driver cannon rounds that we lob toward the enemy at the very, very high speeds we love so very much. All of that is summed up simply with the supply mechanic. It's going to cost you this much supply to return to combat readiness. And yet, there is a rich series of mechanics that directly impact the player and aren't too much of a pain to manage, but give your brain something to consider with every action that you take. And that's really the sign of a well-designed game. If nothing else, the best thing I can say to sum up Starsector, and I said it's almost perfect, is this is a game that clearly shows an understanding of game design and a mastery of the genre that is rarely seen at all, and is beautifully realized in this small studio title. It's incredible. I was turned off from Starsector because, well, first off, they have it's not available on Steam for reasons that will probably become apparent. Neither on GOG, surprisingly enough, and you have to go to like a late 90s era web page to purchase and download the game, which, by the way, is officially in early access. But it is an extremely well flushed out game, and I don't know if I've encountered a single bug in the game yet, but when I learn more, I'm sure I'll find a few. I always do. But this is one of those titles that is clearly a passion project, and it is the most perfect example of its type that I've ever found. And I'm a huge fan of the genre, of the space is an ocean adventure game, or I guess adventure RPG. Sandbox, Toshio. Sandbox. Yes, baby. Yes, you can have your tablet. Just a second. Hold on. I have both of the girls' tablets. They have Samsung Galaxy tablets. You're welcome. Their mom has a great job. Yes, they are spoiled. And I have both of them sitting on top of each other in the charging area, as well as my cell phone sitting on top of the stack of tablets. And here you go, baby. These quality, not too expensive, but these foam style tablet cases have paid for themselves 100 times over. if you have a tablet, for the sake of God, put a case on it. Same with your cell phone, people. The peace of mind alone is worth the $20 you pay for a decent case. And that's all I have to say about that. You can see that in the red on the left side of the screen, faced off against that rocket spamming noob in the heavy cruiser, is a freighter that has been heavily modified for combat. In fact, we are fighting pirates, and for the most part, you can see up in the top right is actually my what's it called, the fleet leader, the flagship that my player character is aboard, and he's firing a purple Mace Windu beam of death that I love so very much. I freaking love that beam. It's I think it's a large mount energy weapon, and it just tears through everything one burst at a time. But I got a little bit distracted. We were talking about pirates, and again, the design of this game, the game design of this game. You can see missiles cruising their way through space, torpedoes even unguided and having a high payload but a high susceptibility to intercepting fire from those little unmanned fighters with their little pew-pews, as well as the heavy laser cannons that I have on my capital ship that I have trained to do point defense. All of these are features of the game that are well flushed out, and just, again, simplest possible mechanic that still provides a huge amount of feel and experience in the game, and it all affects the player directly. Beautiful game design, absolutely masterful. You dumbass, turn on the shield. I have my my flagship set to autopilot because I don't want to think about individual unit tactics while all of this is going on. Something of an experience. As you can see, our ion fighters are disabling this enemy. What is that? Yeah, it's another converted freighter to be a combat vessel, and you see the downside. Even small fire from fighters and such can cause them heavy damage, and then the big boys come in once they're crippled to just absolutely finish the job. And that's sort of the doctrine I'm going for with this fleet. It's very effective at intercepting enemies and holding them down for the big boys to come in with their death beams of death and blow them out of the space. Space is an ocean, by the way. It's 2D. You ride on the surface. These are all actually more reminiscent of naval vessel designs or floating fortresses than they are conventional spaceships, because it's cooler to have space be an ocean. Yes, baby Joshy. Hey. Do you want up? Okay. I want to get the baby. I did want to talk about a lot of stuff. You can see I've been really enjoying Starsector. If you're on the Discord, you'll notice that I've been I don't know if it says I'm running the game or not. I think it does. But you'll notice I've been playing a lot of Starsector, and of course you can tell that I've been distracted quite a bit, not just by my lack of general focus, but by my beautiful babies. This is Joshy. He's 8 months. He's the biggest baby. Say hi, biggest baby. Yeah, hi. He is so freaking thick. Like, I did not know that I would have such a manly man-child. Yeah, now you break out the cute squeaks. He frickin' loves to be held. So this is our third baby and final. If the operation was a success, I got neutered, folks. But on top of that, that's old news. The new news is that I've lost at least 30 pounds. I was pushing 240, and my pants didn't fit anymore, and it was getting hard to breathe, and I was starting to get like chafed in my thighs, and I looked down, and I've got stretch marks in my fatty man thighs, and I was like, you know what? This is getting kind of ridiculous. So I thought out a diet, because I'm not gonna, I don't even follow the directions on mac and cheese, okay? I'm not gonna take somebody else's diet. Let's set up some tactics here for my boys. Give this guy an escort, because he's a dumbass. He's me, I should know. And then set him on autopilot so I can enjoy my life. And the AI for this game is actually fantastic, by the way. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And it uses the different weapon types well, pilots your ship well. It makes me able to just sit back and narrate. I know this is post-action commentary, but let's get back to talking about my diet, because I'm pretty proud. So I put myself on the jerky and monster diet. I was thinking, who has like a 0% body fat content, and it's self-obsessed bodybuilders or crackheads. So okay, what is crack? It's a stimulant, so we're gonna need to double our caffeine intake. Papa already relies on his caffeine, so that's nothing new. We're just gonna... Why are you Palpatine lightninging all my ships? I've never seen this weapon, and it's bullshit, and I hate it, and it killed my whole fighter wave. I don't appreciate you very much, sir. So I doubled my caffeine intake. We're up to 2 energy drinks a day, or 3 to 4 scoops of... What are you doing? Submitting the booty to 3 enemy ships at once. You know what? Fi on you, AI. You fucked up. Hi, Chunky. Third baby is awake. You're a beautiful baby. Good morning. She just came out of her bedroom, and she's all rosy-cheeked and frizzy-haired, and she's super happy to see everybody. She's a little reactor. She loves people, and she has a visible and audio reaction to every single thing that's going on. Now she's very interested in what I'm doing right now. She's watching the TV. And I got my little boy cooing at me because I'm holding him. He's looking up at me like, Dada, Dada, I love you. This is manly love. And this is the most masculine baby I've ever seen. He's like double thick. His shoulders are anime size. He's got chunky muscles. He's got back muscles. You ever see a baby with back muscle tone? It's pretty ridiculous. He looks like a tiny Joe Rogan. And, barrel of snakes for a back. But, where was I going with this? I've lost... so I doubled my caffeine intake. I lost so much weight. I lost at least 30 pounds. I was pushing 240, and I just weighed myself. And I'm 210.3. A little bit more when I have my clothes on. But I've lost a lot of weight in like, what, 2-3 weeks? I want to say 3 weeks. So it's an average of about 10 pounds per week, which is pretty awesome, and also proof that I was pretty fat. Because skinny people don't lose weight that fast. And the first few days were rough. I decided to start out my diet with a fast, so I just didn't eat for almost 2 days. And the reason that I do that, and I've done it before, is I need to like reset my appetite so that when I do start eating food again, I can have a little bit more control, and it really helps with the desire for food. But for those 2 days, it's pretty rough, and I was a horrible, miserable, grumpy, angry person for those 2 days, so I apologize to my wife, even though she doesn't watch my videos. Why don't you like me, wife senpai? Why don't you love my videos? It's okay. She doesn't love me for my YouTube videos, and you know what? It's probably for the best. But yeah, it's a baby Josie. Chunky's over here just loving her baby brother. She's such a people person. She loves to baby the baby. Give him hugs. Hugs. He's a baby, Joshy. Her smile is so adorable. She's just squealing and giggling. Yes, baby.
Nana Joshy.
Yeah, Nana Joshy. He's got the rubber banana and he is chewing the heck out of it. Okay, so where was I? The diet. And I decided this time to go heavy into exercise, and it was the right decision. So basically, whenever I have time, I do sort of pseudo martial arts exercises. I know that practicing martial arts techniques as they're meant to be done can be kind of rough on my back, especially anything that puts torsion down your torso, which is most of the techniques. You pull a punch, and when you stop the punch, that puts torsion on your spine, and you're not gonna feel that or notice that the first 50 times you do it. But what I did is I pulled out the polypropylene boken, that's a plastic sword for you, and I just kept on practicing sword techniques over and over, and overhead chop, buddy, overhead chop, just any time I got interrupted. And by the way, today is my first day off from the exercise. I'm tired. I tried out some free weights stuff that just really got me sore today, so I gave myself permission to take a day off from doing my workout routine, which is just to do basic techniques every time I get interrupted. So whenever I have to get up to do something before I sit down, I'm gonna raise my heart rate, I'm gonna get almost a sweat going, and then I'm gonna get back to whatever it was I'm doing. And having this pretty low intensity workout constantly during the day has been really good for my muscle development. By the way, I'm getting my karate body back, and also I'm chiseling away the fat, as you can tell. Can you hear it in my voice? But I'm noticeably less fat, and it's only been a few weeks, and I'm really excited about that. I didn't have a problem with slowly getting more and more fat until I did, and then I was like, you know what? I know why people get fat. I know how people get skinny. Let's make it happen. And I've just been very, very thrilled with the success of this diet and exercise routine. I haven't had this much success before. Part of the secret is to get overly fat at first, so that, look at those rockets go. It's a beautiful thing. Hey, you're getting a little bit annoying, but you're also super cute.
Daddy,
Yeah, you want to give him the banana? He loves the banana. Ah, my face! My face! Yes, Joshy is now scratching my beard. Because it is just the most interesting thing he has ever seen. So, oh, by the way, I'm doing D&D on Discord with my D&D group this week because one of us has the Rona. So we'll see how that works out. I haven't done Discord D&D in quite a while. Never done it with this group of people, but I'm looking forward to it. And you know what? Things are starting to get busy around here, so I should probably wrap up the video. Starsector is incredible. I really should have bought it years ago. It's absolutely fantastic, and it continues to be developed. And I've never seen a better space strategy sandbox game. Chonky, you are in the way. She's trying to like climb onto my other knee, the knee that I don't have baby Joshy on, but it's just not convenient with the way that this table is set up. She's having a hard time. So I'm gonna have to give some attention to my kids, and that means I'm gonna sign off now. Guys, it's been really great making another video to make contact with you, and I've been busy. I've been real busy, and it's been really good for me and good for my kids. And I think I'm still gonna keep the YouTube video production down to a minimum. I love making these videos, but I'm starting to run out of the time to do it, and I'm focusing on the family. But feel free to join the Discord to connect with me. That is the best place to get a hold of me. My cell phone is usually dead or lost or in the hands of my toddlers, so even if I gave you my phone number, Discord would still be the best place to get in touch with me. So I'll put a link in the description of the video. Hit that show more button to find that. And you guys don't know it, but this microphone has been in danger of its life the whole time. Look at these beautiful ships. By the way, it took a while to get this armada together. And these are all ships that I own off of the profits of running guns, marines, and other equipment to some, let's be honest, they're basically space jihadis. So I've been running guns to the space Taliban. And every time I jump into their sector, I notice more high technology stuff that has been just destroyed. But if you find one of their planets, then they have a very high demand for supplies that are produced at other planets. Not a lot of people willing to openly trade with them. All I see is smugglers going into their system for some reason. Maybe because they're space Taliban. And you know what? Now I'm spending those hard-earned smuggling profits. I mean, I'm not smuggling. I'm just anonymously engaging in capitalism. But would you please stop shooting down my fighters? You are adorable. You are like panting at the baby. She is a little bit obsessed with this cute little baby brother. And I love it. Yes. Yes. Alright. I should probably go. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, Chunky. Chunky, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good job, girls.